Over the last few weeks, we've been publishing 1 minute or so videos showcasing the critical steps of the recruitment process in the hope that they are of value, especially to those that are responsible for hiring and recruiting in their organizations. In this video, what we've done is put them all the different episodes together in case you miss any of them. The job description is an essential component of your recruitment activities. You can prepare this document using different frameworks, but let me share with you what I feel are the essential elements that it needs to contain in order to be an effective tool for your selection process. Absolutely, first off, ensure that you're working with a current document. The last thing you want to do is to work with 2 or 5-year-old job descriptions. Aim to clearly list the duties required for the role, but also add the competencies, the skills and behaviors required in order to succeed in this particular role. Together with that, delineate what are the keys to measure success in this particular role. It will be a very valuable compass for the person that takes it on. And don't forget to include details on the systems, applications, and technology platforms that will be used to perform this role. Down the track, it will be a great signal as to the level of sophistication with which this role is performed and the overall sophistication in terms of the entire organization. Based on our own experience, I expect that the combination of all these elements and information will give you a solid foundation on which you can proceed to create your attraction and advertising campaigns for the role. The cornerstone of your recruitment campaign will likely be a job advertisement. I don't want to stress you up too much, but please realize that perhaps that job advertisement is the first thing that a future employee is going to see and know about your company. Let me be very emphatic about something first off. A job advertisement is not your job brief, it's not the internal job description. The job description fully documents everything about a particular position, whereas the job ad is meant to attract, is meant to entice the person that you want to pull into your organization. Of course, be very specific about what the role entails as far as duties, responsibilities, but at the same time, include the skills, experience, and behaviors that will make the successful candidate shine in it. Importantly, as you complete the ad, ensure that you ask the question and that you answer the question, what is in it for the candidate? Ensure that you have all the elements that will attract the right applicant to your job. One tip, a big pain point for employers that advertise their jobs directly is that they receive far too many applications, most of them being irrelevant or unsuitable. Mitigate this issue by specifically putting this bit of content in your ad. Don't ask yourself, can I do this job? Ask yourself instead, do I have the opportunity to be the best candidate for this role? One last strong recommendation regarding job ads. Do not mislead, do not overpromise, do not hide. Otherwise, your recruitment process might be off to a bad start. This week, I'm focusing on managing the interactions with job applicants and the candidates that you decide to move forward in the process. Here are my top 4 recommendations to ensure that you nail this part of the workflow. First off, respond and acknowledge job applications quickly. 24 hours in terms of a candidate waiting for a response or waiting for a reaction from an employer or a recruiter feels like an eternity. Número 2. Use automation smartly and thoughtfully. Most applicant tracking and candidate relationship management systems will enable you to provide timely, volume, consistent, and personalized responses to applicants, especially those that you want to engage further. Thirdly, take personalization to the next level, especially with those candidates that are of high interest to you. Start including very relevant information about the organization, the role, the culture, and all those things that matter to applicants these days. Last but not least, I know that most of us are not career counselors, but whenever possible, offer helpful insights in your responses to unsuccessful applicants. A small effort in that particular area might actually leave a rather distinctive and positive experience about you and interacting with your organization. Whether in person, over a telecall or video conference, candidate interviews are a fantastic opportunity to further understand and get to know the professional you've selected to continue down the process. 4 recommendations from me on interviews. Firstly, be prepared. Interviews are not casual conversations or impromptu chats. Read thoroughly the CVs and have a structured set of questions that you can use across the different people that you're going to speak with. Secondly, assess beyond the hard skills. Look to discover 3 elements. Whether the candidate has the essential competencies for the role, the alignment between candidate and the hiring company's values, culture, industry, ethos, and how well the open role fulfills the candidate's career aspirations at this particular point in time. Be transparent and informative about details such as compensation, remote work, and other aspects that need to be known upfront by the candidate. That is the best way to eliminate misalignment of expectations down the track. Last but not least, follow up and communicate promptly after the interview. Timely communication reflects efficiency in your recruitment process as well as respect for the individual. In the last episode of this series, we spoke about interviews. Now, based on your processes, there might be quite a few of those, including technical assessments and evaluations. What I like to do now, instead of focusing on every single step of what happens next, is to share 4 principles that hopefully will guide you into the next steps of the process so that you can finish it off successfully. Stay in touch. Keep your candidates continuously updated on the process. It doesn't quite matter if things get delayed for one reason or another. Maintain that constant communication. Showcase your vision to your shortlisted candidates. Don't ever tire to share your organization's values, ethos, and culture, especially through actions as you go through the selection process. Thirdly, conduct thoughtful intelligence reference checks. This is a critical step in the recruitment process for you to round up your understanding about the selected candidate. And absolutely last but not least, focus on a successful onboarding. Ensure that the commitment and interest and care that you show to the selected candidates throughout the process are fully reflected from the first day of employment. Of course, we cannot deal with every single bit of complexity about the process in 7 minutes of video, but I'm hoping that these essentials will help you in your day-to-day when hiring and recruiting.